If your craft space is organized or getting there, but still certain things feel annoying, this video is for you, my friends. Today, we are not going to talk about reorganizing everything. We're going to talk about tuning up what you already have organized and feel like it needs a little extra help to make it really work for you. Hey everybody, it's Whitney with Girl Friday Crafts. Welcome back to my organizing tip of the week. Our focus in February is all about fine-tuning systems, organization spaces, organization containers, all of those little nitty-gritty details that get us from to, oh my God, I love this space so much. We're going to also talk a little bit about organizing in small spaces. We actually didn't get to that last week, and it is an issue that I hear about a lot from crafters, and it is something that I promised that I would address. And then we're going to talk about the T in my organization acronym CRAFT, which is tidy and tune. I know that's kind of cheesy, but I had to figure out something that went along with the T, and that's what my little chat bot friend told me to use. So we're going with it. It's fine. So let's talk about organizing in small spaces first. The single biggest thing that I can recommend, tip that I can recommend for organizing in small spaces is to go vertical. So utilize your wall space, utilize doors, entryway doors, closet doors. You can see behind me, I've got an over-the-door rack that's got vinyl in it. I actually have one right there on a door that you can't see. So that's got my sheets of vinyl, not my heat transfer vinyl, which is on rolls, but my permanent vinyl, and makes it easy. I can organize it by color like I like, and easy to see how much I have, get in, put it away, get it out, all of the things. Bookshelves are helpful, obviously, for going vertical, but also things like, do you remember those old metal things that hung from ceilings that your grandmother might have had bananas in? My grandmother had one like that. Those are actually really great, kind of cool, unconventional things. You can put yarn in there and put adhesives in there. And lightweight kinds of things that need to be easily accessible, but don't necessarily need to be on a shelf or in a drawer. There's also some really cool over-the-door spice racks. So they have nice metal and wooden shelves, so they're very sturdy. So they're great for paint and Mod Podge and your diamond dust, or even spools of ribbon, because some of them have what do you call them? There's the shelf, and then there's the thing around the shelf that holds the spice containers in place. Some of them have very small pieces of metal, so like the rolls of ribbon aren't going to fall out. So think outside of the box when you're on Amazon or Google searching, even on Pinterest for craft supply organization. Search for food storage organization, search for spice organization. Shoe racks make amazing ribbon storage, and also can, be hung vertically over doors or attached to walls, things like that. So when you're thinking about a small space, think up. Also think under desks, under tables, things that you could slide under furniture, like those Iris 12 by 12 storage containers. Those might be able to slide under a couch or in between, like a couch and a table, something like that, if you're using a common area as your crafting space. Okay, so let's talk about tidying up and fine-tuning. So tidying up is the maintenance part of it. And so part of the goal, and what we talked about last week in functional containers, was to think about things that are easy to get into and out of, because not only does that make the crafting part easy, it makes the cleanup part easy. And the cleanup part being hard is what leads us to kind of states of constant clutter and mess in our craft space, because we don't mind getting it all out because that's the fun part. But the putting it all away, if that's difficult and a pain and takes us a half an hour, we're not going to do it. We're just going to leave stuff sitting out. So that's the tidying up part. And I recommend finding a schedule that works for you. It doesn't have to be every day. It can be in the mornings before you start. It can be in the evenings when you're done. But at least once a week, you want to schedule a time to say, okay, we're gonna put everything away. We're gonna get all the supplies back where they go. Even if you have a bin that's for your, I'm working on this right now, so I don't want to put it all away, someplace for that to go, so it's not taking up space on your work area and not like a constant state of clutter, helps just your sort of mental clarity around your craft space. The fine tuning part is adjustment. So if you avoid putting something away, that is an indication of a system issue, not a you issue. That means that the storage is inconvenient or the storage container is difficult to manage to put something away, and you're not going to do it. And like I said just a minute ago, that's going to lead you to just leaving things out. So this week's worksheet is designed to help you hone in on particular areas in your craft space and think about fine tuning. So we're going to just pick one area. It can be your desk, it can be your paper storage, it can be your paint storage. If you organize your craft room by zones, you can think about it that way. So where you sew, where you paint, where you do wood cutting, anything like that. If you have not identified how and you're not sure what I'm talking about when I'm talking about zones for your craft space, go back and check out my video from January 14th. It's called Before You Buy Bins, Do This. And I talk a little bit about deciding how you want to organize your craft space and whether or not you want to organize by zones or by the type of craft supply. So that would be really helpful in this. But in this week's worksheet, you're going to pick just one area to think about, and you're going to talk about what's working. Did that a little bit last week as well. I think it's important to keep reiterating that. And you're going to use the worksheet to help you think through and fix one thing that's not working for you. And then you can print out more copies of that worksheet or do it in a notebook, do it on a sheet of paper, do it on your computer, whatever works for you, to work through the different areas in your craft space that you're just not loving, that you're just like, ugh, it's so close, but it's not quite there. This worksheet will help you sort of hone in and fine tune and think about that. The fine tuning doesn't have to be done regularly, although twice a year isn't a bad thing to think about. But the important part is learning to recognize when you're getting annoyed by something, or you are hesitant to get something out because you don't want to have to put it away, or when you recognize that, man, this is always sitting out on my desk, I never put this away. Either it needs to be on your desk because you use it all the time, so you need to move it, or that can be a sign that, there's probably something wrong with where I have this stored. Let me kind of work through this fine-tuning process. So you don't need to fix everything, and definitely encourage you to think about, again, the what's working, and don't touch those things. Small changes make a big difference. And so you also don't have to do this worksheet for your whole entire craft space. You can focus on your biggest pain in the butt right now and work your way around the space in little bits and chunks. So the worksheet is linked below. I would love to know in the comments, what is the most annoying part of your craft space setup? What are you focusing on? And then come back and tell me what you've learned by going through that worksheet and what tweaks you've made. Other people watching these videos and reading the comments can learn a lot from what you have to share about how you've tweaked your space. I'm going to do the same thing because there are a couple of things that I'm not loving, even in this overhaul that I have been working through for the past several months. And I need to hone in and figure out what exactly it is that I don't like and how I want to fix it. So grab that worksheet down below. That will take you to a page that has the worksheets from all of the previous videos since the beginning of January. And obviously you can find all of the videos on my YouTube channel, and there is an organizing playlist to make it easy for you to find everything. Give me a like and a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, if you find it helpful. Obviously, if you have not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you subscribe and get notified when I go live or post a new video. And I will be back next week with another handy dandy organizing tip. Talk to y'all later. Bye, everybody.